we must make a very important distinction between two key words. Those two words are marketing and procurement. Now we've mentioned over here that from the marketing point of view, the processor buying from the farmer is not considered marketing. It doesn't go backwards. It's always that forward flow. Well, a processor buying from a farmer is actually considered procurement. So these two words, marketing is often considered the selling or the moving of products forward, whereas procurement is the buying or acquiring of goods. So if you're marketing your goods, you're selling those goods. But if you're procuring goods, you're buying them. You're going to be acquiring that goods. So if we remember that marketing channel, and we remember that the producer is buying from the input supplier, so that producer's market or procurement, he's procuring from the input supplier, and he is marketing to the assemblers. Whereas, say, the processors, they are procuring from the assemblers, but marketing to the wholesalers. So anytime they're selling the good, they're marketing it. Anytime they're buying the good, they're procuring it. So if we look at the micro-marketing definition, that definition, and I'm excluding some words here, but it is the forward flow of goods and services to the consumers that accomplish the firm's objectives. It is that forward flow of goods and services. Whereas micro-procurement is the flow of agricultural commodities to a firm to satisfy its requirements. So as products are coming into the firm, that is considered procurement. But there's a quote in there, one man's marketing is another man's procurement. Well, why is that? Well, let's talk about an assembler versus a processor relationship. The assembler will market their goods to the processor, and the processor then procures it from the assembler. So it's a two-way street. They're interconnected, they're interdependent, but there are distinctive different definitions or different words for those. So one man's procurement is another man's marketing, or vice versa. Basically means that in order for you to sell something, somebody else has to be buying it. Another thing to note is that individual firms might have a strong or weak procurement or marketing plan. So a farmer, unfortunately, or in some cases, has a weak procurement and marketing plan. Think about it this way. Whenever a farmer goes to sell their products, they're marketing their products, typically what do they take? Market price. But whenever a farmer turns around and buys their products, what are they buying their products at? Retail price. There's a quote saying that a farmer is the only person who buys at retail, sells at wholesale, and pays shipping both ways. Well, the reason for that is a farmer has a weak procurement and marketing plan. They can't really dictate the prices at which they buy their inputs, nor can they dictate the prices at which they sell their outputs. Whereas some firms might have a very strong procurement plan, meaning they can basically dictate the prices at which they are buying their goods. Whereas some firms might have a strong marketing plan, meaning they get to choose the price at which they're selling the goods. Some firms might have a strong procurement and a strong marketing plan. But it is very important to note the difference between marketing and procurement. Now, marketing is that forward flow of agricultural goods and services and adding value as we move forward in that marketing chain. Whereas procurement is simply the acquiring of goods, the buying of goods, buying of inputs for your individual firm.